Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is week number 5, lecture 1. Actually, we deliver 2 lectures in a week of this course analysis of algorithm, and this is the lecture number 9 of analysis of algorithm course for BSSC 6. In this lecture, the topic of our lectures are binary search, recursive algorithm. What is binary search, recursive algorithm? Working of binary search, analysis of binary search. These are the 3 main topics which we will cover in this lecture. The first topic of this lecture is binary search algorithm. What is binary search algorithm? This is binary search. This algorithm actually required 4 arguments. These are the parameters A, start, end, and target. These 4 parameters will receive the 4 arguments. The first one, an array of integer, float, or any numbers, in which we have to search a required value. So binary search will receive an array, its starting index, its ending index, and the target value which we have to search from that array. Actually, this algorithm is works on research. This algorithm is work on divide and conquer strategy, and this will divide the array into 2 equal parts. It will continue on the one half and left the second one, and in this way it will further subdivide the selected half array into 2 parts and will pick the one and will leave the second one, and in this way it will go onward. If there is an array which is of 1 lakh element in an array, then in first iteration this algorithm will divide the 2 array of 50 elements, and it will judge the target value, that which half section of array contains the target value. It will pick, or it will continue to that section and leave the second half. It means 50% element will be left in one iteration, and in next iteration the further 50 of 50%, that is 25,000 will be left, and 25,000 will be considered for searching the target value among those elements. And similarly it will continue this process, and in 7 or 8 iterations it will search the required value from the binary search algorithm, if it exists in if the target value exists in that specific array. So it will accept an array, the starting index, ending index, and then target value. If start index greater than end index, then return not found. It means start index will increment itself, and it will sometime its value will become greater than the ending index. Then it will assume that there is no value which the algorithm is going to found, that is the target value is not present in the array. If this condition satisfied, If this condition does not satisfy, it will continue the process of dividing. Line number 4 is actually calculating the middle value, from where the algorithm will subdivide the full array into two equal subsections, and in this at this array, at this statement, it add the two index, the starting index and ending index, and then divide it onto and then the result, the float function is applied on the result, and the mid variable, the value is assigned to mid variable. Here, if a mid A of mid is equal to target, then return mid. Actually, this algorithm does not return the value, it returns the index of that value where the target exists. If target exists at any index location of array, the computer will return the index of that array, not the required value. So here, computer compares if A of mid is equal to target value, then it will return the index number, the mid value, which will be the index of that array. If this condition is false, then here the computer leaves the one half, either the first or the second. As if target of A of mid, if target less than A of mid, then the algorithm accept the first half of the array, and if target is greater than A of mid, then the algorithm jumps to the S section, and here it accepts the second part of the array and leave the first one. So what the computer do? It actually as you know, it is recursive algorithm. Here the binary search algorithm is recall again. Binary search, this algorithm recall itself and send the array, the start value and the mid. Let's suppose there were 150, there were 1 lakh element in an array. Then computer, the mid is equal to 50,000, and computer will send the start value because target value is less than A of mid. Then computer will recall the binary search algorithm and send the A array, its starting index, and mid minus 1, that is 50,000 minus 1, it will become 49,999. That index will be returned, and the target value will also be returned to binary search for recalling it again. And if the target value is greater than A of mid, then it will jump to else sections of the if statement, and here the binary search will be called, and the next half of the array will be sent to this binary search algorithm. The next half will be the array, the mid plus 1, that is 50,000 plus 1, it will become 50,001. The starting value, the ending value, 1 lakh, and the target value will be sent to this. It means second half of the array will be sent to this binary search for searching the required target, and this process will continue until it finds the target, and it will return the index of that location. You may understand the binary search algorithms. Actually, its function with the example of that if we want to meet a patient in the ward of an hospital, there actually we told the name of our patient to the attendant of that ward. The attendant search the name from the register and tell the visitor that your patient is present at bed number 20 or bed number 25 or bed number 30. It does not return or it does not tell the visitor the name of the patient, but it give him the bed number, that in the ward at which bed number his patient exists or his patient is present. Similarly, the Banach search does not return the value, it returns the index number of that target value, that where the target value exists. This algorithm returns the index value, just like the nurse or the attendant of that ward return the bed number, not the name of that patient. Working of Banach search algorithm. Banach search works on the sorted element only, sorted array elements. It does not work on the unsorted array. Instead, it works on the sorted array. The computer will firstly sort the array in ascending order, and then the Banach search algorithm will perform the operation on that sorted array. It returns the location, that index of the array, instead of actual array element. If the target value exists in the array, it will return the index of that target value, not the target value itself. Banach search. Search a sorted array by repeatedly dividing the search interval in half. Begin with an interval covering the whole array. That is, there are 16 elements, then it will accept the 16 element array. If the value of the search key is less than the atom in the middle of the interval, it means if the target value is less than the atom in the middle of the interval, narrow the interval to the lower half. If the target value is less than the middle value of the array, then it will accept the lower half of the array. Otherwise, narrow it to the upper half. If the target value is greater than the middle value of the array, it will accept the upper half and leave the lower one. Repeatedly check until the value is found or the interval is empty. If in both the cases, if it finds the value, it will return the control back by returning the index number of the target value, and if there does not exist the target value in the array, it will found that value does not exist. Working of Banach search algorithm. This is the example. From 0 to 9, there are 10 values in this array, and computer has to search the value 23 from this array. This is the array which is sorted, which is in sorted order, that is in ascending order. This array has been sorted in ascending order. Now the Banach search algorithm start its search operation, and it is the target of Banach search algorithm is 23. 23 exists here, but 0 plus 9 is equal to 9. 9 divided by 2 becomes 4.5, and the float function will return the value 4. The middle value is 4, m is equal to 4. This value is 16. 16 is less than 23, or we can say that 23 is greater than 16. That is 23, the target value is greater than 16. It will leave this section of Banach search. Banach search algorithm will leave this first sections of array, and it will accept or continue to the second half. So middle is 4, 4 plus 1 become 5. It will take, that is now my array is this one, and its starting index is 5 and its ending index is 9. Here the computer will check, here the computer at this stage, the computer will actually add 5, L and H is equal to 9. 5 plus 9 is equal to 14. 14 divided by 2 becomes 7. The floor of 7 is 7. The middle value is 7, and computer will compare. The algorithm will compare the 23 with the value present at location 7, that is 56. The 23 will be compared with 56. 23 is greater than 56? No. Then the computer will leave these sections, and it will accept this section from 5 to 6. That at next time its lower index or the starting index will be 5, and the highest index or the ending indexes will be 6. This section of array is actually now the target where the computer has to search the value 23. So here computer will add the lower, the starting index 5 and the ending index 6. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. 11 divided by 2 becomes 5.5. The floor function of the algorithm will return only the value of 5. 5 is the middle value. Now at location 5, that is m is equal to 5, computer there is 23, and the target value is also 23. The computer will compare. 23 is greater than 23? No. Look at the algorithm. If first it's compare the equal a of middle, and a of 5 is equal to 23. At the a of 5 location there is 23. So at this stage there computer gets the fifth index value of array, which is 23, and target is also 23. 23 equal to 23. Yes, the algorithm will return the middle index, that the required target value exists at location stored in the middle variable which the algorithm has found. So at this search, at the fourth iteration or the third iteration of this binary search algorithm, computer has at last found the value 23, and it will return the middle index, that is 5. Algorithm will return the value of 5, that at index number 5 the required value is present. Now after understanding the working of binary search algorithm, we proceed towards the analysis of binary search. This is the reconciliation of binary search algorithm, and we have to find the running time through this algorithm. How we have formed this reconciliation. Look at here. If there is only one element in an array, that is n is equal to 1, t of 1 will be equal to a. Why we say that t of 1 will be equal to a? That is only one element present in an array, and we have to find the target value, which is a single value. So in this case, look at the algorithm. Our starting index will be, there is only one element in an array, our starting index will be 1, and index will be 1. Target value is something. Then computer will check this condition. The starting index is greater than ending index? No. because only single element is present in an array, then the start index and the end index will be the same, and it will not be greater than end. Then the computer will return the value does not exist or value not found, and from here, it will come here and check 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 2 less than 2, the floor of 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1, floor of 1 is equal to 1, middle value will be 1. If a of mid, that is a of 1 equal to target value, then it will return the mid, otherwise it will come here and will will recall the Banach search, will call the Banach search algorithm, will send a start index and middle is also, mid value is also 1, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, start is 1, mid is 0, the target value will be something. So computer will call the Banach search algorithm and will send the array to this a variable, 1 to this start, 0 to this end, and target value to this one. Here computer will check start 1 is greater than 0, no, it will send return the message, that is the value not found. It means if there is only one element in an array, then computer will start from here and it will execute once the Banach search algorithm and will not proceed onward. By executing one time the Banach search algorithm, it takes, let's suppose, a second of time, that is constant time. Execution of one time Banach search algorithm is a constant time, and computer returns the value a. A may be 3 microsecond or 5 microsecond or 7 microsecond. It will return a constant value a, which may be the 5 or 7 microsecond. And if there are 16 values, as you may see, 10 value as you may see in this array, then computer will return the half. For next iteration it will return 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5, t of 5. It will assume that in second iteration I have to search my target value from the 5 element. In first iteration the algorithm has to find the target value from 10 element, but in next iteration it has to find the value from the 5. But making the whole array of 10 element into 5 element, it will consume some time, and this is b number of seconds, that is 5 microsecond or 6 microsecond. So computer will add this 6 microsecond with this time of 5 element, because from 10 to it has reduced the array limit in of 5 element. So by dividing the array into 2 equal part and accepting the one and rejecting the second one, it has consumed the b microsecond. So we will add this b microsecond with the time of this 5 elements, and it will become the total time of this algorithm, which we will say t of n. So if there are more than one elements, that is n is greater than 1, 10 is greater than 1, then it will proceed with this reconciliation. And if there is only one element, the time will be calculated from this way, and it will be the constant time, that is a. This was the reconciliation of Banach search algorithm, and we will analyze our the running time of this algorithm through this reconciliation. Without loss of generality, assume n, the problem size is multiple of 2. We assume that there are one element, there may be 2 elements, or 4 element or 8 element, which can be written in the power of 2. 8 can be written to its power 3. There are 16 elements or 32 elements. 32 can be written in the power of 2, that is 32 is equal to 2 its power 5. 64 is equal to 2 its power 6. So we assume that there are 1 element, 2 element, 4 element, 8 element, 16, 32 are 128, 64 or 128 element in our array, which can be written in the power of 2. According to given recurrence relation, if n is equal to 1, T of 1 is equal to A. If there is only one element, 1 can be written in the power of 2. We can write 1, that is, it is equal to 2 is power 0. So if there is only one element, then T of 1 will be equal to constant time, which we have already discussed in recurrence relation, then it is equal to A. And if n is greater than 1, then it will execute again and again this recurrence term or this recurrence relation or expression, and will found the running time of algorithm. In first iteration, T of n is equal to T of n divided by 2 plus b. This is T of n divided by 2 plus b. Now here the power of 2 is 1. T of n divided by 2 is power 1 plus b. We can write it in this form. Actually, we want to make a pattern of this all the iteration, the result of all the iteration will be converted in a pattern form. So this blue color is the pattern of the each iteration. So we will convert it in pattern form so that we can form the nth form or the kth form of this of some iteration. In second iteration, we have T of n is equal to this much. How this expression we have formed, we actually concentrate on this green section of first iteration result. That's T of n is equal to T of n divided by 2 plus b. B is the constant time, 5 or 8 or 6 microsecond. If we found this section, if we found the running time of this half section, we will add this half section with this 6 or 5 microsecond, and we will found the total running time. So how we will found this the time of this half array? You may see this with substitution method. We have already learned the substitution method in the case of merge sort algorithm, because we have solved the merge sort algorithm with 3 different methods, that is floor and seal method, iteration or substitution method, and the third one was the tree method. Here we will apply the substitution method. This is actually, this is the result of first iteration. T of n is equal to T of n divided by 2 plus b. You may see it here. And if we get the result of this specific term, then we will put it in here and will found the time of whole array, searching time of whole array. Here actually we concentrate on the n, which is colored with the green color. I have colored the n value with green color, and I will put some value of n at these two locations of n which have been green. I put here wherever I see the value of n, I put here n divided by 2. Here I put n divided by 2. Here I put n divided by 2. I bring this 2 down to this level, and also this term plus b down here. Now T of n divided by 2 is equal to T of n divided by 2 whole divided by 2. It becomes n divided by 4. T of n divided by 4 plus b. The value of n divided by 2 is equal to the T of n divided by 4 plus b. That is in second iteration. The fourth section of the array will remains, and at and at reaching at this part of array, we have consumed the plus b macrosecond. So left side of this expression is t of n divided by 2. The value of t of n divided by 2 is t of n divided by 4 plus b. At location t of n divided by 2, we put the right side, which is the value of this. So here we put t of n divided by 2 whole divided by 2 plus b, which is the right side of this part, and this bracket I bring plus b from the upper value of first iteration. This plus b is I bring this plus b here from the upper level. This is the right side of t of n divided by 2. I substitute here. It becomes t of n divided by 4 plus b, and this plus b is I bring from that upper level. So it will become t of n divided by 4 can be written in 2 is power 2. 2 is power 2, b plus b is equal to 2b. This is the pattern of this second iteration, and in third iteration we found the value of t of n divided by 4. Now we will put here at the place of green color n, I will put n divided by 4. Here I will put n divided by 4, and it will become n divided by 8 because 2 is already here. So this will be the result of third iteration, t of n divided by 8 plus b, and this 2b I bring it from upper level, this 2b from here. So the pattern will become t of n divided by 8 can be written in 2 is power 3, t of n divided by 2 is power 3, and b plus 2b will become 3b. Here you may see, if it is first iteration, then the power of 2 is 1 and the coefficient of b is 1. Here there is no value of coefficient of b, so it will be considered as 1. In second iteration, the pattern you may see that the power of 2 is 2, because it is second iteration, the power is 2 and the coefficient of b is 2. In third iteration, you may see the pattern, that is, here the power of 2 is 3 and the coefficient of b is also 3. 3, 3, 2, 2, second iteration, 2, 2, first iteration, 1, 1. So if there will be, there we reach at the kth iteration, then we can write t of n is equal to t of n divided by 2 is power k, because it is kth iteration, the power of 2 will be k, and if it is kth iteration, the coefficient of b will be k. If it is third iteration, the power of 2 is 3 and the coefficient of b is also 3. If it is kth iteration, the power of 2 is k and the coefficient of b is k. Here we brought forward this last kth iteration results to this slide. T of n is equal to t of n divided by 2 is power k plus kb. We call it as equation 1. Let n is in the power of 2, as we have discussed earlier here, that for the sake of generality we take that it is the multiple of 2, that is in power of 2. The element of array are in power of 2. There are 8 elements, 16 elements, 32 elements in an array. Then let n is in the power of 2, then n can be written n is equal to power k. We take the binary log in both sides, log base 2 in this side and log base 2 in this side. This will be the result by taking the binary log on both sides. Log n base 2 is equal to log 2 is power k base 2. Now we apply the log formula and bring the k in the start of log. K log of 2 base 2, and log of 2 base 2 is actually equal to 1. Then we put here 1, k into 1 is equal to k, and it becomes log of n base 2 is equal to k. Here putting the value of k log of n base 2, k is equal to log of n base 2, we have calculated here, k is equal to log of n base 2, and we put the value of k here. while 2 to the power k is equal to n. I have assumed it. N is equal to 2 to the power k. We put here the value n and put here the log of n base 2. So it will become this one, T of n is equal to T of n divided by n. This n I substitute 2 to the power k equal to n. So I write here n, and here at the place of k I written log of n base 2 because the value of k is log of n base 2 and k is multiplied with b. The value of k will be multiplied with b. Now 1 divided n divided by n will cancel each other and it will become 1 T of 1 plus b. I bring it back. 2 into 3 is equal to 6 and 3 into 2 will be equal to 6. So they can interchange its place. B become at the start and this log value will become the later. We can write log n base 2 into b or b into log n base 2. This is our second equation. Recall that T of 1. Recall in the reconciliation, if n is 1, then we will put here 1 and T of 1 will become equal to a. So we put here at the place of T of 1, we put the value of T of 1 is equal to a in equation 2 and it becomes T of n is equal to a plus b log of n base 2, second section. Now the dominator term is b log of n base 2. We bring it here first and the a will go to second and will become the second term b log of n base 2. We arrange it in this order, b log of n base 2 plus a. This is actually the actual running time of Banach search. Therefore the asymptotic running time of Banach search will be, we will take the dominator term and in this dominator term we will leave the coefficient and will only take log of n base 2. T of n is equal to theta of log of n base 2. This will be the asymptotic running time of Banach search. Here we have used the theta notation. This algorithm, again we say that this algorithm its best case running time, its worst case and its average case running time is same. So we use the theta notation for this Banach search algorithm and we say that T of n is equal to theta of log of n base 2. This is this algorithm whose running time is log of n base 2 is a very fast, even we can say that is the fastest algorithm in the course of this another algorithm, except the one which has a constant running time, that is 1. That algorithm may be fast from this, but this algorithm considered as the fastest algorithm, that is Banach search algorithm, is the fastest algorithm in the history of algorithms. This was the end of this Banach search algorithm lectures. Allah Hafiz.